let's get started here. All right, so welcome everyone. So my name is Angela Snyder. I am the creative director here at Digital Reach Online Solutions, and I am joined with my colleague Stjepan. He leads our enablement team and knows everything about HubSpot. So I'm going to go ahead and let him briefly introduce himself to you all.
Hi everyone, thanks for putting up the time to be on this interactive workshop. Hope you will learn something new from us, and please share any content that you bring. So I'm Stjepan, I'm based in Croatia, I'm a certified HubSpot trainer running a HubSpot Academy bootcamp called HubSpot Super Admin, so check those out also. And if you need any help with training, onboarding and enablement of your teams, I'm just one DM away. Over to you, Angela.
Thank you, Stjepan. We're going to talk about the Content Hub today, right? That's why we're all here. So if you don't know what the Content Hub is, it's basically a revitalized CMS hub. It is a best-in-class content tool. You can kind of read this slide here. It integrates beautifully with Marketing Hub. And so you'll see today, as we walk through this together, this hub allows you to build an entire campaign and launch a campaign very quickly, right? 20 to 30 minutes. So if you are someone who does content for your organization, maybe you're a team of one, a team of two, and you spend a lot of time writing blogs, writing socials, doing all the different things, this will save you so much time. And so it keeps you organized and saves you time, and you can have and manage everything in one place. So we're excited to walk you through this all today. Let's talk about the benefits of the Content Hub, right? So why should your team use the Content Hub? It will eliminate context switching, right? You don't have to jump around to different platforms. You can connect all of your content intuitively. It also accelerates, right, your content creation. So saving time, I know, is huge for all of us. Also, it will enhance transparency and collaboration. And everything's right together here in one tool, right? So one-stop solution for all your content needs. Everything can be housed and managed in one place. All right, key features of the Content Hub. Well, let's take a look at those. You'll see a whole bunch here for you. So we've got the AI-powered blog generator, also the content remix feature, which is one of my favorites. I think that's really cool, and I'm excited for you to see that in action today. All of these tools will help you leverage AI and streamline your content management processes. So you'll see how you can insert, set up your brand voice, upload one blog or one piece of content, and that'll help you to build an entire campaign. You don't need to reinvent the wheel each time or write social posts or ads from scratch. So just review these key features here and let us know in the chat which feature or features are you most excited about. Okay, moving on. Time to get started. So some of you have your content ready. Some of you are here to listen and learn. Either way, we hope you do learn a lot today and find value in this. So we're going to start walking through a complete workflow, okay? So we're going to show you how you can build an entire campaign in just 20 to 30 minutes. You can create blogs, social posts, emails, landing pages, whatever it is you need. And so with that, I'm going to kick it over to Stjepan, who is going to show us the Content Hub, and we're going to dive right in and start building together. So Stjepan, I'm going to pass it off to you.
Thanks, Angela. So pretty excited to showcase what Content Hub can do for you, your team, and all of your organization. So first one, hello everyone. We're thrilled to have you here today. We know that creating content can be incredibly time-consuming, especially with increasing number of channels marketers need to cover. So we have a founder here, so I know that's like managing ins of the business and outs of the business, but also creating content that can be time consuming. So this will show you how to streamline content creation, saving time, resources, and then also how you can use it to ensure consistency in tone and style across various platforms. Just a quick important note before I jump into our demo account and show you all of these tools. When thinking about using HubSpot AI, marketers specifically should focus on integrating it into their content strategy. because you know how to do strategy and using its insights to enhance creativity and maintain a cohesive brand voice. And think about it like if you have a content brief. So probably you need to have a content brief and then use the AI. So let's dig first into setting up our brand voice in your smart CRM. So what I will do, I'm just sharing, I will just switch my screen here and I will guide you how to do that in your portal. So first off, if you're seeing my, let me know in the chat pane. And what we need to do, because now we have a new navigation that's recently rolled out, a couple of you maybe are familiar with it, you will need to go and click the settings here, the settings code as we call it, or the settings gear. Then you need to scroll under your account setup and go into the account defaults. Once you do that, you should see this brand voice beta. So brand voice beta is where you will set up your brand voice. Okay, great. So first off, before we generate the brand voice, let's just explain it in a couple of sentences. So this tool will allow you to easily feed historical writing into the AI model that will then generate and revise your text to keep your brand voice consistent. So let's jump into it. So if you are following along and if you go to settings, account defaults, brand voice, let's generate our brand voice. So clicking on it, first off, you have 2 steps to do. So first off, you need to add a sample and you need to feed it to HubSpot, and then you can always review and edit the voice. So first off, we want HubSpot ask us for a writing sample, and that writing sample must be at least 500 words. So before you feed it a sample, go here and search what's available. So what can you feed it to HubSpot so you let it know correctly what you give it to the AI? Is it an article, a blog post, maybe you've written a case study, a newsletter that you're sending weekly or monthly, a social post, or some website content? In our case, what we will feed it is our blog post that's named HubSpot's All New Content Hub with WordPress 2024 perspective. So what we can do here is just maybe go here and then let's just feed a couple of sentences here, or maybe I could just like do the whole blog. I will just quickly copy, go here, paste the writing sample, and then select a blog post. So then the only thing that's missing here is that we need to do a target audience. So a target audience will probably explain that you will need to input here 1, 2, or 3 sentences describing the target audience of the sample that you have provided. So in our case, and I'm really curious what's the target audience that you're sharing your content to, put it in the chat pane, because we can always, or in the Q&A if you have any additional questions. So in our case, we can say that this sample is for anybody that's a marketing professional or a HubSpot user that needs to switch to Content Hub or the HubSpot CMS. So I'll just paste here what we have, like marketing professionals at small to medium-sized business looking to streamline the marketing offers, generate leads, grow their online presence by switching from WordPress to HubSpot CMS, i.e. Content Hub. Okay, so once we feed that here, we have our writing sample, we have a type of sample, that's our blog post, and this is our target audience. So the only thing that we now can do, we can just click next and let HubSpot do their magic. So as you can see here, HubSpot is reviewing this. So look how fast that was. So isn't that great? And that's mostly exciting for somebody that doesn't know what is their brand voice, or they have somebody that's outsourced to write about their what they're doing, their services, their offers. So you can always check what HubSpot says that is your brand voice. So first off, it gave me a couple of characteristics for my personality. So this is the brand's personality, in its set of human traits and characteristics that your brand embodies. This is HubSpot definition. Probably it's more than that, but let's say what we have now. So this is innovative, helpful, and trustworthy. If I'm good with that, I can just leave it be. I can probably just click here and see what else HubSpot offers. So if you think that your brand voice and brand personality is probably thoughtful, let's do it that way. If you think that maybe you are like, I don't know, edgy or dynamic, we can do that here. Let's say we want to make it authentic, just add it here. And then the tone, the brand tone describes the way that your brand communicates with customers. Probably you know that because most of our here are marketers. And this is what I got by feeding our blog: informative, enthusiastic, and positive. So I'm okay with that. And let's just click done and review and edit the voice. Clicking done, now we have our brand voice set up in our smart CRM. And if you want to get even more detailed, you can always go here and expand the context. And you can add more information that will help HubSpot AI improve the quality of your brand voice. So if you have a company mission on your website or somewhere else in a Notion or any other tool, you can always paste this here to give HubSpot AI even more information, so you improve the quality of your brand voice. And then first, before you start doing changes using this brand voice, go here and click the channel settings. So you can use the settings to configure the brand voice for your various channels. So do we want to use brand voice for blogs? Probably. For emails? Probably. Pages and social. And one other thing is that maybe you have multiple business units. Maybe in some cases you have a main brand voice that you would like to do across all the emails that you're sending. But sometimes like a business unit can have their own tweaks and changes. So think about if you want to enable that or not here. In our case, we will just leave it be. Okay, so when we have our brand voice, but what now? Like this is like we set it up. We don't see anything happening here. We don't see anything changed in our CRM. We only have this feed it here. So next step is to go and use it with the power of HubSpot AI. And this is where we will go. So if you go to your content and open a blog, for example, or a landing page or a website page, you can then get your brand voice and rewrite your existing content and build the new content using this brand voice setup. So I already opened a blog post, and like a blogs that we have are in the demo portal. So let me just open this. And this is our something that is shared across our website. And this is our content that's published, as you can see. So how do I use and change this? And how do I use brand voice? So let's say I click into this and I want to change this, what I selected, using our new setup brand voice. I can easily select it here, go to this AI content assistant and say apply brand voice. So if I want to do that, just clicking here, because I now have my brand voice set up, HubSpot AI will do its magic. And as you can see, it rewrited this selected text. So if I'm good with this, I can easily insert it and change it. If I want to see what else HubSpot will write for me, I can regenerate. So let's just insert this and change the whole tone of the blog. There are a couple of more things that you can do. As you can see here, we can, when we select this, we can always go here and maybe change tone. So let's say we use the brand voice, but we just want to change tone slightly. So you don't need to then spend another back and forth with somebody from your team or maybe an external copywriter to make it friendly, to make it more professional, witty, heartfelt, or educational. You can just say, okay, change this to be more witty. And HubSpot AI will immediately do that, and we can just insert. Okay, great. Let me just stop here. And Angela, how are you liking the HubSpot brand voice and the ability to rewrite and change everything as you go?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I'm curious who else has their brand voice set up. I used to always use GPT to, like, I would say, do this tone, do this voice, do this style. So to have it all set up in HubSpot, that it makes things a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely. So just a quick recap, we can edit, we can add, we can remove anything that's needed. And once you send your brand voice, you're ready to go and do it across multiple content pieces that you have. So blogs, landing pages, website pages, even emails. So you can also add a brand, as I said, you can add a brand mission to give it more context. And you can also specify channels where this brand voice will be applied. So on our agenda, we said we will help you create your campaign in 20 to 30 minutes. So first off, let's just go that way and let's start creating content very easy and very fast. This is where AI blog generator from HubSpot will do the trick. So if I go back one step to our blogs, or that can be like something that you're just starting to write about. Let's say we want to generate blog post. We don't have much time. We know we need to get it out. There's like a team member that's out sick, or and we just need it to do ourselves. So let's just go to blog posts and go generate blog post. So if you have this option here, just click on it, and this is also like a couple of steps that you just need to do. So we need to give it like a blog topic and an idea. If you just hover over it, you need to write a description and make this specific as possible. But you don't have time to this. Let's just generate ideas. And when I click this generate ideas, HubSpot will go throughout our CRM to see what content we have, what is published, what are we using, what are we sending, and it will generate a blog topic on our idea. So let us know in the chat what is the blog topic on or idea you're working right now, and try to generate some ideas or put your own ideas here. So when I click generate ideas, I got this benefits of HubSpot customization for SMBs and enterprise companies. Okay, I'm good with that. So what else we can do here? We can add some keywords. So for keywords, we can set up something that will improve Google ranking and help users find what they need on our website. So I will just leave this blank because we have a tool in HubSpot that can help us do that. So I'm good with that. I'm good with target audience being United States, country of target audience, and then which blog will be posting this. So for us, it will be the big related blog in English. So let's just click next, moving forward. So HubSpot is getting us a couple of blog post titles. Everything can be editable, as you can see here, and we can always edit the previous step. So look how fast and how quickly we got blog post titles to choose from. Like everything in less than 5 seconds. So now we have a blog post title that says maximizing ROI with HubSpot CRM for SMBs, streamline enterprise with custom HubSpot integrations, and even more titles. So if we are not satisfied, we can ask HubSpot to generate a new title by clicking here. And that's not all. If you look at the right, we now have different metrics or different scores that we can look through. Because this is a demo portal, we will not see much, but maybe in your portal you will see this. So first metric is the monthly search value. So this is feed from SEMrush, and this is the number of times per month users search for this term on Google. So then we have difficulty to rank. How difficult is to rank with a specific keyword, and then keyword intents. So this is the motivation behind why someone may search for a term. As you can see, I'm just hovering over it. I don't need to remember anything what this means. HubSpot is good at providing you that. And that's also for maybe, for example, if somebody is new to your team, they don't know what this means. They're just getting onboarded, and they're creating that blog. So let's say we're good with this one, streamlining enterprise with custom HubSpot integrations. So I can just select this and click next. So what I will do right now, I will ask HubSpot to create a blog post outline. So let's just click next and let's create a blog post outline. Then we can fine tune this content and we can generate the most accurate post. And you can always edit it later. So what we got here, we have the blog post outline with a title. We have a description that I really like. We can also include a generated image with this post. So we don't need to go to our content team to get us an image for the post that we just did in less than 5 minutes. We can always generate it with AI. And then we just need to feed it an image description. So I'm good with this. And then paragraph headers. So you can add up to 10 paragraph headers. As you can see here, I'm good with this. Maybe I want to regenerate a couple of this, but as we have so much ground to cover, I'm good with staying with this paragraph. So like exploring key benefits, couple of case studies, how to plan and future trends. So let us know in the chat pane. And I'm repeating myself, but I'm really interested if you're following along and what topic you picked and what blog outline you got and how satisfied you are with it. So let's generate our blog post.
Yeah, so if you do have Content Hub, but you didn't bring any content with you, you can just log in right now and HubSpot will generate these ideas for you. So if you want to mess around with it and see what it spits out, we'd be interested to hear, what type of blog you get and how happy you are.
Okay, so as you can see, blog post is incoming and HubSpot will just open a blog editor right now. So you don't need to go anywhere. You can just stay on this and see what we have. Okay, so we have our blog editor here. So we have a title, we have a post, an image, we have a picture describing this, we have our first paragraph, we have we have text. So we have everything that a good blog should have. And as I said in the beginning, just please note that you always need to use HubSpot AI. That's like a sidekick help or a personal assistant when you're streamlining ideas, when you're putting that your content strategy into place, so it can help you with just like making it faster and giving you ideas and what you can do with it. So let's just see what else we can do here. So it's not that we just created our blog. What we can do, we can add multiple things to our blog. So let's say we want to add a form, we can do that. We want to add a button, we can easily just drag and drop it wherever we need. And this is really helpful because we want to have those call to actions set up, so we can just drag and drop it here. But let's say I'm not happy with something. So I can just click through it real quick, select it, okay? And I can just do then the content assistant, apply the brand voice, ask HubSpot to rewrite. Maybe I want to expand on this. I think the key benefits on implementing custom HubSpot integrations should be maybe expanded a little bit. So let's just do expand. And this is how easy it is. So just like asking the AI to do it once more. And if I'm good with it, just clicking insert. So as you can see, I expanded all of this in a second. Okay, so then we have our blog created. And this is where you can start publishing it. And this is how easy it was. But let me know in the chat before we move forward, which feature so far you like the most. Is it the brand voice? Is it the blog post generator? So which feature? So like just put it in the chat pane because I really want to see those answers. And you have your blog, and a lot of people are writing blogs, and people are busy. They're traveling, they're commuting to, and they don't want to read through all of this, and they just want to listen it because they have their headphones and something else. So we want to create a transcription and narration from our blog. And this is where the second or the next tool is HubSpot audio content tool. And this is how easy HubSpot created it for you. So what you need to do here, you just need to go and click settings and click post narration. So this is what will open. So we can generate the post narration. This will then allow your audience to listen to this blog post, and just click generate. And this is our narration transcript. And then what you need to pick from is just the AI voice. So you can select from a multiple AI voices to narrate your blog post. So if you want to do, let's say, this Onyx voice, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but like if you're following along, just see which voices you're good with. So I'll do the Onyx voice. I'll just pick the Onyx voice and I'll click generate. So now my narration is generating, and this is where I can just like add it to the top of my blog post, and people just click on it while they're commuting, while they're doing something else, exercising. They can read throughout our content. This is way our content is reaching different target audiences, it's reaching different, and this is what we will get. Okay, so this is how easy it was to set up the transcription and narration. Okay, one other tool that you can use that's really powerful, it's the HubSpot translation tool. And HubSpot translation tool, as your business grows, reaching a global audience becomes crucial. So HubSpot translation will help you to do just that by translating all your pages, blog posts into the languages you need. It will also associate the language variants together for easy management. So the only thing that you need to do, you need to go to your blog post, a web page, or a landing page inside HubSpot. And then with the AI tools that's powered by people, you can automatically translate the page. You can post content in other languages. So you just click file. Because I have my blog open, I can just click file, and I can do multi-language here. So I can create a multi-language variant, or I can ask HubSpot AI to translate. And if I do that, I can just select, okay, this is from English, and I want to translate in any of this language. So let's say, I don't know.
Stjepan, can we do Spanish? And then we can have, because we've got someone from Mexico City here, and they can let us know how the translation is, if it makes sense.
Yeah, sure. So I selected Spanish, Mexico. I think that will work. And there are two options. So we can replace the original. So we can replace anything that's from in English, and we can save as new. So if you're creating one in English and then you're creating one in Spanish regarding like what's your domain, and you're retargeting or making different content for different audiences, we can save as new. So let's say we'll just do replace original, and we'll click translate. And okay, so right now it already is reloading. So we can see, I don't know Spanish, maybe a couple of words, but if we go to it, let's see if that makes sense with the AI translator.
Yeah. Well, I took Spanish for 10 years, but I'm very rusty at this point because it's been so long. But it's really cool. Even the word, like the image was updated too. So the words on the image are now in Spanish. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. I mean, from a glance, it looks good to me. Do we have, is Karen, are you with us to let us know your thoughts on this translation? I'm not sure if you stepped away from your computer for a moment, or if anyone else here knows.
No, I wasn't sure if I could go off mute, but I mean, it looks great, honestly. I feel like it makes this so much easier to just like look at it and review a translation to translate the whole thing. And honestly, the titles look at like they look very natural, and I love that it translated the image too. I think that's so cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Pretty
Thanks,
cool.
thanks so much, Carla. Okay, moving forward. So this is where the fun starts. And what I mean about that is probably one of my favorite tool in Content Hub, and that's the remixing tool. So let's start remixing. Jumping on to remix tool, you will get to it by going to the navigation, content, and clicking remix. Currently, as you can see in beta. One quick tip: if you ever lost in the new navigation, you can always go here, hover, and click add to bookmarks. So I already have it open, so I spare you the click and the loading, but we all know creating content takes a lot of time, and with so many increasing number of channels, you as a marketer, it can be very difficult to keep up with and to produce quality content. So this is where the content remix tool helps. It's now easy to take one piece of content and take it across various channels. And let's see how. So before we start remixing, there are a couple of things you can do here. You can use HubSpot templates that really easily say like what we will do with when we use this template. So we try to promote content to a wider audience, because we will create social, we will create an email, an ad. We can drive conversions, brainstorm blog ideas. This is the image for blogs. And then we can expand our content footprint. But what we would like to do, we would like to do it by ourselves. So let's start remixing. So first, what you need, what HubSpot asks you is that you feed it some content. So you can decide which content you will feed it to. So first off, let's give it a title. So I will just have a title that's best hug ever. And then let's add the content. So what is the content type? So what content we are giving it? Is it a blog post, a site page, or a landing page? You can also do from a text. And as you can see here, it's currently grayed out, but I do believe that you can soon upload a document file. So that would be awesome. And we can start from a URL. So depending what you feed it, you'll start creating a content. So we will do blog post. And let's say we want to do this one, custom API solutions, Salesforce and HubSpot synergy. So let's add content. Okay. So now we feeded our content here, and we want to create more content out of it. So we can select up to 6 content types. So because we are building the campaign that we promised, we want like probably know what you will use to build a successful campaign and reach the campaign goal. And our Martin, our head of MOPS, will probably say we need ad, we will need an image, we will need a landing page, an email, and maybe a social post. Okay, so let's do that, just that. And let's say we want to do 2 emails. So we can also go here and pump up those numbers, how many pieces of content we need. So let's click next. Okay, we need to select our ad account. We can do more, feed more information to AI. We want to include the generated image in the ad. We want to do that as a, let's say, minimalist. And what is the image dimension? Let's do a square one. And the template that we will use to create our landing page, let's do this one and click generate. So now, as you can see, we fired up the remix tool, and we are creating from one blog post, we are creating all assets that we will then use in our marketing campaign. So that's just like amazing. And let me know if you ever use the remix tool or you're first seeing it and what you think about it. So like you could just rate it from 1 to 10, what you think about it. Please put it in the chat. Okay, so it's loading. As you can see, we can always zoom in, zoom out, depending how much content we are trying to build. So I have an ad. Probably I have an image, like you can see, really good image, like Salesforce and HubSpot, blue versus orange, a landing page, an email, and then a social post. We can view all our content that was generated here. So we can just click view our content, and we can change the blog post that we give it. So if we are not happy or we picked the wrong one, we can just easily click through here and select the new blog post. We can see our ads. So if you click on an ad, we can see what this ad and how it looks. We can save and edit this ad in an app. We can go to our emails. We can go to our social post. Okay, social post probably looks very good, very clean. We have a couple of emojis. Yesterday was a World Emoji Day, I believe. So that's good. And we can always go see how this looks. We can save and edit in an app. But that's not all, because let's just cancel this, go back. So let's just go here and say, okay, we have an ad, but we would like to probably from that ad create something else. So you can always click plus, change it, whatever you need to do. Okay, so really exciting how to do that. We can show our attributes, we can change the content, we can save this. So once we save this, then we have our saved remixes, meaning we can easily use this to create more content. So I will just like a quick tip, create your remixes, feed it like from the blog, from a landing page, from a website page, a URL, and create those templates, because you can always use the saved templates and somebody else can just go and say, I need to create content fast. And you can just say to them, okay, use the best HUG remix template and create more content from it. So great tool to use. And I'm really excited where HubSpot will go with this, because I know it will solve a lot of problems. But that's not all. We created our assets. We created our brand voice. We can rewrite, set a tone, change a tone, create images. But let's say you want to build like your personal brand authority, and you want to create opportunities for networking and collaboration. And you can do just that with minimal upfront investments. You can deliver engaging, in-depth content on your podcast, because HubSpot has a podcast tool that will then allow you to publish your podcast across multiple channels. And how you get to your podcast tool is going to content and clicking podcast. As you can see, it's also in beta. I have it open here, and this will allow us to set up our podcast, create our podcast, use AI tools to generate audio and metadata, and then even host in HubSpot and share with your audience using popular posting distribution services as Spotify and more. So let's just set up a podcast show. So there are a couple of things we need to do. First, we need to give this podcast show a title. So I already put one that's called Consulting Chronicles, Mastering HubSpot and Integrations. Okay, so then we need to give this podcast show a description. So what will be the description here? So let me just copy paste. If you're following along, you can maybe use ChatGPT to give this podcast show a description. Right now, I believe probably it will be available soon to generate the description based off the title, because HubSpot AI is integrated deeply into HubSpot now. Who is the host? So if you create a new host, let's just do a name. So we'll say Digital Rich Team, amazing team with tons of HubSpot and marketing expertise, and then an image. So we can browse or upload. So let's say we want to browse our images. Maybe we have some images already. Let's just do this one. I don't know. Let's just do this one and click create a host. For this purposes, select the language. What is the podcast owner email? And artwork. So we can create artwork for our podcast right now. So let's click generate. Describe your image. So our image will be consulting chronicles with a touch of AI. And we want to decide on a style. So I usually go with minimalistic, but we can say, I don't know, which one you would like me to pick. Put it in the chat pane, and then probably Angela or Martin, you can say which one I can pick. So,
Okay. Let's see. We've got pop art, minimalist, digital art, 3D, watercolor. I think there was an oil painting or something down there. We've got to vote for watercolor. What else do we have at the bottom, Stjepan? Underneath oil,
ink
Ink.
paint.
black and white, cinematic. All right, let's see if we have any other votes in, but I'm also, oh, we got a thumbs up for watercolor. I was thinking watercolor or the oil. I feel like that would be cool. Oh, and 3D. Yeah, that would be cool too. All right, let's go with watercolor because that has 2 votes right now.
Okay, let's generate this.
And also, while we're waiting for this to generate, I just want to emphasize all the time that this tool is saving. So if we think back to the content remix tool, I lead the creative team here at Digital Reach. So I've got copywriters on my team and graphic designers and a videographer, and it would take us hours and hours, right, to write a bunch of ads and blogs and a landing page. To do all the things takes a lot of time. So the fact that we were able to get, like 6 different assets from that one blog post in under a minute, that's amazing. And now in just a couple of minutes, we're generating, this podcast with an image. So this like saves you, hours, days, maybe even weeks of time, depending on how large your content team is. So that's, time is of the essence. And I know that that's important for all of us to, especially when we've got deadlines looming. So you can see just, in the past few minutes, how much time this has saved, which is, just amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. And it's amazing how HubSpot generated this watercolor picture graphic using our consulting chronicles with a touch of AI. I really like this one. It's just like pretty funny, witty, but it also is painting the picture of our podcast. So we can always give thumbs up for to HubSpot, because if you're generating multiple content using this, it will then indicate what we are happy, what we are looking for when we are going to our graphics. So I can just select this one and I can save it directly to my files, or I can insert. So I'm saving this to files and inserting in our artwork. And then I just need to select the category for my podcast. So let's say I would like to do business, entrepreneurship, and I'm good to go. And it's not explicit content warning. I believe will be nice in our podcast. So let's just create our show. So this is how easy you can set up your podcast. You don't need all of those fancy tools, subscriptions and everything. You already have it inside the Content Hub. So you save money. And what you can do now, just give your episode a name. So we'll do Consulting Chronicles 1, or Episode 1, or Season 1, Episode 1. I think that's best. And then you need to upload existing audio, because we can put that if you have it, or we can generate audio from text. So let's say you have a text you write in your podcast, you write in your show notes, and you don't have time to do and record it. You don't need to outsource somebody to do a voiceover or something. You can do that by generating audio from text. We can select the voice. There's 7 voices. So we'll just stick with the Sonics, and we can put here our show notes. So for this example, we can probably just type a couple of words here, like, hi, let's get this running. And just so I can go to another view or another window. But like in your case, if you have the audio, you're building, like you want to start your podcast, but you don't have the budget maybe approved or the resources, but you think it will be good to reach those different channels, different audience, you can do that, just that. So that probably can be a good push for you to jump and subscribe to HubSpot Content Hub. And if you already have that, you can use these tools. So preview generated audio, we can add a voice section, and we can generate full audio. So then first what we need to do, click the episode details. So we give it the title, what is the description, give it a description, outwork for this specific episode, not for the full podcast. We could just go here and generate. So let's say we'll do Consulting Chronicles, how to be successful using Hub for, something like that. And let's just try another style, maybe a minimalistic style, and generate this. As you can see, fully integrated in at every step AI right now, and probably will be as HubSpot rolls out more features across anything that you're doing. It saves you time. It gives you ideas. It can also be your personal assistant, creating those content. For some cases, like you can say, okay, let's generate this. I'm not really happy, but it's a good start. And then you can just like save this image and share it in Slack to your content team or graphic designer and say, okay, like I want this, but like add your touch. Save a lot of brainstorming, a lot of time. So let's just do this, click insert. And we just need to describe this episode. So this is our first episode. Okay, and then episode audio is required. So we just need to go back to the episode audio, generate the full audio. Probably this will be fast because we only have one sentence. So this is generating. We have our audio here. We can listen to it. Next episode details, and we can publish our episode. So once we start publishing our episode, we have this congratulations page. We are sharing this on our HubSpot pages, so we can share it across multiple blog posts, websites, or landing pages. We can also distribute to external platforms with just one click. So we just go and click this, copy this, and we can publish it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever it needs. So we will just go to full episodes. And this is how easy it is to create your podcast or start building it and publish it out and share it across multiple channels. So as you can see here, now when I enter podcast, I have my episode, I have a published status, I can see the RSS link that I can easily grab and copy across multiple platforms to distribute our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I can even show open settings, and that's how easy it is. So now we are opening another channel, opening another audience using the Content Hub. Okay, just wanted to stop quickly here. We are almost at the 1 hour mark. So let us know in the chat pane if you would like to go share something, if you're working in the background and you have any issues or problems, or just what do you think about the Content Hub tools that we showed so far. Let us know. You can always share.
Yeah, drop your thoughts so far in the chat. I know I was asking, because I remember in the beginning when we asked about what features were most exciting, one or two people mentioned the podcast tool. I don't know how many of you actually do have a podcast or have been wanting to launch one. I think Carla and I were just saying we weren't really thinking much about podcasts until now. It's so easy. So you don't even need to record yourself or, use all those tools and do all the editing. You can literally just input text and generate audio. So my team may be pushing out podcast episodes soon. We will see. But if any of you do have a podcast, please let us know. That's really cool. Let us know what you think about the content remix and the translations and all the different things we've been doing. If you have any specific questions, please drop those in the Q&A pane. So that way they don't get lost in the chat. And we'll make sure to answer those. But we've got about 30 minutes left. And we do have a bit more to show you, but we would love to, if any of you have anything to share or any questions to ask, please let us know. If you generated any images or generated anything on your end, feel free to jump in and share with us.
Yeah, moving forward, folks, because we have some other things to show you that I'm really also pumped about. And we did created content, we distributed content just by using a blog post. We created ads, an email, a landing page. But now we opened the new channels, we are creating and publishing podcasts, we rewrited things, but like what is our next step? And usually it's like, how do we boost our content? How we can make it searchable on Google or Bing? How will people find it? And this is where HubSpot SEO tool comes into place. So creating content is just the first step. You probably know that, but you also need to ensure that it's easily found online to drive traffic. And this is how you can do it really quickly. So let's say I have a content, and let's say I want to open my, let's say, a blog that we have. So probably I have my blog here. So I want to optimize this blog. I'm happy with the Spanish translation, but I want to optimize it. You don't need to go anywhere else. You can just open here the optimize button. And as you can see here, HubSpot will immediately say to us what things that we need to optimize for. So we need to review the H1 tags. The title is fine. Everything is all good. Meta description. So we need to probably shorten the meta description. We can easily just click here. It opens and we can just shorten it here. So it's 5 characters over the limit. I don't know much Spanish, but let's say I will just do this. And now we can add it to our marketing campaign that we will go through, like this called the Content Hub, and that's it. So we just did that really quickly, and we can just go back. And now the meta description is fine. The images are good. The links look great. We have page has less than 300 links. Mobile friendliness, crawling and indexing, and content looks fine. So now we optimize this. We only have our H1 tags to optimize to. And this optimize tool is just something that is in any of the assets, meaning landing page, website page, or blog post. But if you really want to understand your SEO and improve your SEO tactics, you can go to the overall SEO tool. And that list, if you go to content and you open the SEO tool, this is where anything that's published across, or it's not yet published across in your CRM, you can have access to, and you can have real insights and you can dig into that. So first off, you can see here, we can scan pages, we can analyze here, we can analyze our content if we have integration with Google search, but here is where I would like to stop. And this is the topics. So what we can do with this topics tool is we can build which topics we want to focus on and target, and we can add subtopics keyword to organize it into a pillar strategy. So you can attach individual pieces of content to it and then monitor what gets the most sessions, the average session wide, what like the bounce rate and more. As you can see here, we have all of this, but let's just add a topic. So for this piece, we will just add a topic that says custom integration. We add this topic. What we will do, HubSpot will immediately say, okay, we have a monthly search volume of 70. The difficulty to rank is 19. We can expand to see more. The score is measured on a 100-point scale, meaning it's easier to see success with topics that have lower scores. So probably entry barrier for this is good for us. 19, probably we can write about it if that makes sense for our content strategy. So let's just do this. And no recommended topics so far, but let's just create this as topic. So once we do that, now we have our topic, that's our main topic, and we want to add subtopics keyword across. So we build our pillar, we build this into a pillar strategy. So we can add a subtopic keyword, and this can be like a Salesforce, HubSpot to HubSpot integration, and we can research this. So we can add save. So then we can add, so like we can add our content to it. So we have this content, we can easily click here and add it to this keyword. It's a blog post, and this is where we can attach it here. And then we can see how many of monthly searches this have. So we are building strategy in just like one main view. We know how it's connected to our main topic. And here, if we go to content performance, when we do this, HubSpot will say, okay, this is our pillar page. We add the pillar page if we have it. Let's just search. Maybe we can add a pillar page or add an external URL, or we can just create this post using the AI tools that I showed recently. And we see how our subtopic content ranks. So the keyword, time per page, bounce rate, and link. And why is this important? Because this will show you in one easy view if we are moving in the right direction or not. Do we need to change something or not? Is there something that's working very well, and then it's something that's not working very well for us to improve our SEO? And this is how easy it is. So in a couple of seconds, I just show you how you can improve your SEO using all the tools that are available for you if you have Content Hub. So how I'm just like amazed, and let me know in the chat pane if is this something that you didn't know existed. Is this something that you're regularly using? Please do share in the chat pane, or put it in the QA if you have any additional questions regarding this. Okay, we can also switch the columns. We can add views here. A lot of things that we can do just using this tool. And let's move forward. So what about for all of you that are comfortable with your current WordPress setup? Sorry. So if you're comfortable with your current WordPress setup and nobody wants to switch to HubSpot CMS, but if you have Content Hub, then HubSpot makes it easy to embed its features into your WordPress site because it will allow you easy editing. So like you can use HubSpot features into your WordPress site, meaning you can enhance your WordPress site. You can use smart content. You can use HubDB. You can insert dynamic content. And then, for example, for admin efficiency, whoever is an admin on your WordPress, they can see updates on web pages in a single place. Because for this to showcase, and this lives into content, and as you can see in embeds, it's a new feature, because we will need to have a plugin, an all-in-one marketing plugin. We will also need to have a backend access to WordPress site, and you only can use the Gutenberg editor. I think that's the most popular one. Let us know in the chat pane your email, or you can share your email directly to Angela, Martin, or myself on LinkedIn. And we can share you the guides that we are creating, how you can set this up for success. So I know there are a lot of customers, a lot of users that are really, that they're happy with their WordPress, but WordPress cannot do all of this like smart content using HubDB to surface different content to different by using different filters, and then also dynamic content. You can embed it. So let us know in the chat. Let us know on LinkedIn if you would like to have access to that guide, and we can share it with you. If you want to do it yourself, go and download the WordPress plugin. Contact your admin. He can set up, but probably he will have some difficulties. So this is where we can help you. So okay, great. So what else we can do? We can create members blog exclusive content. So we can just go beyond simply password protecting pages. Like WordPress, you can password protect your page, maybe some other tools like Wix or I don't know, Webflow. But with HubSpot Content Hub, we can create exclusive content. You can create membership-based content that is truly personalized, out-of-the-box website experience. No plugins required. Nothing of this like sketchy plugins that can be a data breach or something. And you can offer exclusive and personalized content with the members blog feature. So if you go to content and open memberships, this is where you can build those memberships. And example, what you can do with it. You can build an internet for your team. You can build a learning management system. You can show different content to different people, whatever stage they are in, and even more. So any idea you can build with the membership pages, you name it. And this is what the Content Hub allows you. So you can give it these blog posts to capture leads, maybe with show previews. You have full access control, who has access, so you can keep your content exclusive to your website, maybe for those larger customers, paid subscriptions, and more. So what we need to do, we can create the access group. Maybe let's just do VIP members. What is the description? So giving this to our hug, to our amazing hug participants. Okay, and then we can do two things. We can make a static group when we manually select our contacts and they are given access, or probably something that's very nice, a dynamic group. This will then build and add people to this membership based on the CRM properties and filters you set. So let's just do this because this gives so much flexibility, and we can set up our group members, as you can see, by adding a filter. How many properties, like we have the contact properties here that we can enable. So anybody that has something known, unknown, something that like a life cycle stage, I don't know, there's tons of things we can like use, like contact properties. Maybe we do the list membership if we have like, if somebody is in the workflow. So think about that for a second. Like if they're enrolling to a workflow, you will give them access to something on your website. I don't know, like a beneficial, I don't know, ads, interactions, custom events. That's a whole nother ballpark here. So let's just do contact properties. And real quick, we can say in life cycle stage. And sorry. And please do share if you have open this. Let's say somebody that's an opportunity, because we want to give them access to something on our page, or maybe a customer opportunity or customer. Let's do opportunity. And once we are good with that, okay, we will already have all of this that we can just easily say, okay, like click next. Okay, So now we have access group information, we have group members, and we're creating that group. So this is how easy it is to do it. But if we want to do it directly on the blog, we open our blog, and what we can do, we go to, I think we go to, just a second, or it's not a blog, it's a page, probably, just a second, settings, and then we go to, we need to open a page, and we will need to go to, let's go to blog. Let's open a page. Sorry for that. Probably. And let's do some of the pages here. Okay, there's a lot of pages, but sales training. So I think this lives into the settings, and if it's not moves, okay, great. So settings, audience access, and this is where we can just put this to public, password required, or access group membership. So because we created an access group, we can easily say VIP members have access to this page specific. We can set up some advanced settings like dynamic pages. We can feed it from HubDB. So like we can do more. Let's do this one. And we can select properties that we would like to show, which images, based on what, and we're good to go. So yeah, I think we are close to wrapping up this. So we covered a lot of ground. We covered a lot of tools. Hope this was very informative for you guys. I'll just stop sharing right now. And I think you get the picture, how you can create your campaign, how you can create your assets, what you can do here. And you can then use the campaign tool to build your campaign and select the assets and everything that you need. But because we are close to finish and wrapping this up, I just want to leave it for Q&A. I don't know if there's a Q&As. Martin was monitoring that, or Angela. Just let us know. We are here to answer any questions. If you just want to share, please just unmute yourself.
Yep. So that is all we've got for you today. So please feel free to drop questions about anything in the Q&A pane, or like Stjepan said, you can simply unmute yourself and ask. So feel free to take yourself off mute. Or if you haven't dropped your LinkedIn profile in the chat and you want to connect with some of us, please feel free to do that. I dropped my profile in the chat. If you want that WordPress guide, drop your email or reach out to us on LinkedIn. And like I said earlier, I was a teacher for many years, so I'm very good with waiting time. And I know it takes people some time to think and process before the questions start coming in. So we'll wait around and see what questions you have for us. Again, feel free to unmute. And if you have absolutely no questions at all, then feel free to get 13 minutes back. But thank you all for joining us today, and we hope to see you at more workshops and webinars and events in the future. We are going to be at Bridge next month and Inbound in September, so hopefully we can meet some of you live as well.
Okay, I was very much a nerd in school, so I'm very bad with waiting time. But no questions. This was super clear. I just wanted to say thanks to you two because I learned a bunch today. I hadn't really explored Content Hub. So this was really, really helpful. And now I want to start a podcast for some reason.
I can relate to that. Thank you so much for sharing, Carla. And thanks for your help earlier with our Spanish translation piece of it. Thanks for joining us. I was also that student in class who always raised my hand first, and then I had to start actively waiting. I actually still do it now when I'm in meetings and stuff. Our CEO will be like, well, what do you guys think? And I have thoughts right away, but I'm like, let me just sit here silently so someone else has a chance to speak first. So I understand. But I know some people, it takes time to kind of think about, do I have a question? Do I want to ask it? How do I want to word it? I knew we threw a lot at you today. So also if like a few hours from now or a few days from now, a question pops up, feel free to reach out to us on LinkedIn. You can message me, Stjepan, Martin. You can message the actual Digital Reach business page. Or if any of you do have our emails, feel free to just reach out and we'll answer your questions in the future as well. So no worries there if something dawns on you later. Also, if any of you start using these tools, Carla, if you launch a podcast, or if any of you, start using the content remix, or the narration or the translation, let us know. We'd love to hear kind of how it's working out for you and how you're liking it. So any feedback, we'd love to hear that as well. We hope to be a resource for you guys now and in the future. Also, bring us to this last slide. Just in case you want to spend more time going over Content Hub, you have a lot of questions, or you really want to discuss your specific use case, your specific marketing strategy. If you want to set up a call with us, feel free to just scan this QR code and you can set up a call. We can talk about your content strategy and how Content Hub can really help you with your marketing efforts. Really hope this was helpful. If you have any input or if there's any other topics you'd like us to, do workshops on, we'd love to hear that as well. We host hugs pretty often. We also host separate workshops. And, we're always trying to share valuable information and resources on LinkedIn. So if you let us know, what questions you have or what topics you're interested in, we can definitely be sure to, host something on that topic or get you some information.